Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. You know, AI is everywhere these days, right?
Yeah, it really seems like it's changing everything.
It is. And one of the things that people are buzzing about is how AI can help you build an online course business, like crazy fast.
Oh yeah, I've heard that too.
Think about you could be the next Udemy superstar making bank without even needing to be some expert content creator.
Right.
You wouldn't even have to build a website or anything. It's kind of wild.
It really is. So where do we even start with this stuff?
Well, today we're diving into the software called AI Course Success, and it's making some pretty huge promises. They say it's like your own personal AI-powered course factory. It does everything, from making the content to building a website and even marketing, all thanks to AI.
Hmm.
Imagine this, AI making top-notch courses in any topic you can dream up, building a professional website in seconds, and, like this, it even brings the students to you.
Wow, that sounds not intense.
Right? Pretty slick, right?
For sure, I can totally see why people would be jumping on this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Everyone wants that passive income dream, right?
Definitely. Building an online business without a ton of tech skills or spending a fortune up front, that's appealing to, everyone.
No doubt. But let's really break this down. One of their big things is AI-powered content creation. They're saying this thing can whip up entire courses, scripts, presentations, quizzes, the whole shebang on any topic.
Okay, so is the AI, actually writing this stuff?
That's what they claim.
AI is getting pretty good at writing and code and images even. I've seen some AI stuff that's scary good.
Oh yeah, it's wild what they're doing with natural language processing these days.
Right. But even with that, you got to remember AI is still just a tool and every tool has its limits.
That's true. So yeah, AI might be able to crank out a course on, I don't know, the history of bird watching or whatever, but could it really capture those little things that make a course amazing? The personal stories, the insider tips, the aha moments.
That's a good point. It's like imagine a robot chef that can make a perfect souffle from a recipe. Technically perfect, but maybe missing that special something that a real chef puts in.
Oh, I like that. So it's not about replacing us, the humans, but more like giving us a superpowered assistant to work faster.
Exactly. Working smarter, not harder.
Totally. And speaking of smarter, another big thing AI Course Success pushes is its website builder. They say it can build a whole e-learning platform in 30 seconds.
30 seconds, really?
30 seconds, bells and whistles included.
That's not ambitious.
Right. Sounds crazy, doesn't it?
Totally. I mean, are they using templates or something, or is this seriously advanced AI we're talking about?
I was wondering the same thing. Is it magic?
I doubt it's magic, but it's got to be some pretty smart tech for sure.
Yeah, I'm thinking they're using some pre-made templates that the AI can then tweak to fit your branding and stuff.
Probably. And then the AI automatically fills in the website with your course content.
Right. Kind of like those website builders where you drag and drop and boom, you've got a site.
Right. Exactly like that.
Pretty impressive tech if they can pull it off.
Uh,
Speaking of impressive AUKUS, they also brag about built-in traffic generation, which is always a headache when you're selling anything online.
oh, for sure. Getting people to actually see your stuff is the hardest part.
It is. So how is AI supposed to solve that? Are they sending out robots to, hand out flyers?
I doubt it.
What do you think they're actually doing?
Well, they're probably using AI for marketing automation. You know, those targeted ads you see online or those emails you get that feel kind of personal?
Yeah.
That's AI doing its thing, looking at data, predicting what you'll do, and showing you stuff they think you'll want.
Oh, right, right. So maybe AI Course Success is doing something similar to promote our courses to the right people.
Interesting.
Yeah. Pretty clever. If you're interested in checking out this AI Course Success thing, we've got a link in the episode description. We do. And it's a special deal just for our listeners, plus some pretty sweet bonuses you won't find anywhere else.
While you're down there checking that out, go ahead and subscribe to the channel too.
Yes. And hit that like button. We'd really appreciate it. Okay, so back to the software. Another thing that caught my eye was this white label license they're offering. Honestly, I'm not even sure what that is. Can you explain that one?
Sure. It basically means you can rebrand the software and call it your own. So instead of your e-learning platform having the AI Course Success logo everywhere, you can use your own branding.
Okay, I think I get it. So it's kind of like if you bought a plain white t-shirt and then added your own designs and logos to make it your own brand.
Exactly. Perfect analogy.
So you could have your own mini Udemy, but with your own name and everything.
That's the idea.
That's kind of cool. But wouldn't that be, misleading? Would students know they're using a platform someone else made, or would they think you built this whole empire yourself?
Yeah, that's where things get tricky. Transparency is key. If you're using a white label solution, you should probably be upfront with your students about it. Let them know that the platform is powered by AI course success, but you're the one curating the content and designing the learning experience.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's all about honesty, right?
Exactly. Build that trust with your audience.
Right. And that's why it's so important to actually understand these tools, not just blindly trust that AI will magically do everything for you.
Absolutely. AI can be amazing, but you got to use it smart.
Definitely. Okay, so they also mentioned premium AI features.
Hmm.
I'm curious about what those are, on top of the basic AI stuff they already offer.
Yeah, sounds like they're trying to upsell you to a fancier version of the software.
Right.
Do you think it's stuff like AI tutors or maybe personalized learning paths like Neha was talking about in her testimonial?
Maybe. AI is already doing some incredible things with personalized learning, like those AI tutors that adapt to how you learn.
Oh, yeah. It's like having a personal AI coach who knows exactly how you learn best.
Right. Tailoring the whole experience just for you.
And that could totally change education, make it more accessible and effective for everyone.
Seriously. Maybe AI course success is leading the way. But before we get too deep into that, just a quick reminder to check out the link in the episode description. You can snag that special deal we've got for our listeners, plus those awesome bonuses. Okay, now back to AI course success.
So one thing that kind of worries me is how much they're pushing this complete automation thing.
Yeah, set it and forget it. Almost sounds too good to be true.
Yeah.
Can AI really handle everything, even customer support? Wouldn't that, like, make the entrepreneur kind of useless?
Good point. We got to remember that automation is just a tool, not a replacement for real human connection. AI can definitely speed up a lot of tasks, like answering FAQs or sending emails, but it can't replace actual human understanding and support.
So you're saying it's more about using AI for the boring stuff.
Yeah, like having an AI assistant that handles all the admin work so you can spend more time on the creative stuff and actually talking to your students.
That makes sense. Oh, they also talk about funnel creation, which just sounds like marketing jargon to me. What's that even mean for online courses?
It's about guiding potential students through steps, from first hearing about your course to actually signing up.
Oh,
We think of it like a funnel, right? You start with a wide audience and then you narrow it down to the folks who are actually going to buy.
gotcha. So AI course success claims to use AI to automate that whole process, right?
Yeah.
From getting people interested to nudging them to actually enroll in your courses.
Yep, that's the plan.
Using AI to personalize those marketing messages, target the right folks with ads, and make sure people are actually buying it every step of the way.
Pretty much.
That must be super appealing for anyone who's new to selling online. But doesn't it feel a little fake?
What do you mean?
Like, if AI is writing all your marketing stuff, do you even come across as, well, you? Does your own voice and personality even shine through?
That's a great question. It's definitely something to think about. You want the AI to help you sound more like you, not turn you into some generic robot.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why it's super important to actually understand how these tools work
Hmm.
and not just blindly trust that the AI will magically handle everything.
Couldn't agree more.
It's about using AI strategically.
Exactly. Now, before we get too lost in the AI weeds here, let's zoom out for a sec.
Yeah.
Remember how you said that AI could, like, disrupt the whole e-learning world?
I did.
Can you talk more about that?
Sure. One of the most exciting things about AI in education is how it can make learning a personal experience. We're already seeing those AI platforms that adjust to your style of learning, how fast you go, and even how you're feeling that day.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like having a learning plan made just for you.
Right. Exactly that. And that's what has the potential to make education accessible to everyone.
It could totally change how we test and evaluate learning, too.
Yeah.
Instead of those boring, standardized tests, we could have AI systems that track your progress, see what you're good at and where you struggle, and give you personalized feedback.
That's amazing. Like, imagine if everyone had an AI tutor who knew exactly how they learned best.
Seriously, it
Yeah.
would be a total game changer.
AI could help us move towards a more student-centered approach to education. Instead of just teaching everyone the same way, we could tailor it to each person.
That would be incredible.
Right. But it does make you wonder about the ethics of it all.
Yeah, true.
Like, how do we make sure AI is used fairly so all students benefit?
That's a big one.
And how do we make sure it doesn't create a bigger gap between those who have access to this tech and those who don't?
Right, that's a huge concern.
There's a lot to consider, it seems like, when it comes to AI in education. It's not just about building cool new tech. It's about making sure it's used responsibly, so everyone benefits.
Very well said. And that kind of brings us back to this AI course success thing.
Right.
They're painting a pretty rosy picture, but ultimately it's up to each entrepreneur to use these tools in a way that aligns with their own values and goals.
That's so important. You
Yeah,
have to be intentional about it.
for sure.
So it's less about what AI can do for you and more about how you use AI to build something meaningful, something with impact.
Absolutely. And that's a key takeaway I hope our listeners get from this deep dive.
Yeah, I think that's a great note to end on.
AI is amazing. It can do so much, but at the end of the day, it's just a tool. The real magic happens when you combine human creativity with AI to make something truly new and awesome.
Absolutely. We can't forget the human element.
For sure. It's like when you're building a house, you can have the best tools and materials, but you still need a skilled architect and builder to put it all together and make it something special.
Oh, I love that analogy. AI core success might be able to lay the foundation, but it's up to you, the entrepreneur, to design the details and make it a home.
Exactly. And speaking of details, another thing that caught my attention was their emphasis on complete automation. Honestly, that makes me a little wary.
I know what you mean. It's like, can AI really do everything? From creating courses to dealing with customer questions. It almost makes the entrepreneur sound kind of unnecessary.
Right. It's important to remember that automation is a tool. It's not meant to replace real human connection.
Okay, that makes sense.
AI can definitely make things faster, like answering those basic questions or sending out emails, but it can't truly understand or support people the way a human can.
So it's more about using AI to handle those routine tasks,
Exactly.
freeing up the entrepreneur to focus on the creative side of things and building relationships with their students.
Exactly. Think of it like having an AI assistant who takes care of all the boring admin stuff. That way, you can focus on making your courses awesome and connecting with your students.
I like that. Makes a lot of sense. Oh, and then they mentioned funnel creation, which just sounds like marketing jargon to me. Can you break that down for us?
Yeah.
What does that even mean in the world of online courses?
Sure. It's basically the process of guiding potential students, taking them from, hey, I've heard of this course, to I'm signing up right now.
Okay, so there are steps involved.
Yeah, it's like a funnel, right? You start with a wide audience, and then you narrow it down to the people who are most likely to actually buy your course.
Got it. So AI Course Success claims to use AI to automate that whole process, attract students, keep them interested, and then get them to sign up.
Exactly.
They're using AI to personalize marketing messages, target the right people with ads, and optimize each step so more people end up buying.
Yep.
I can definitely see how that would be tempting for someone new to online marketing, but doesn't it feel a little inauthentic?
How so?
Like, if AI is doing all the talking for you, are you actually connecting with your audience? Are you building genuine relationships?
That's a great point. Authenticity is crucial.
Okay.
You want the AI to enhance your voice, not replace it.
Exactly. It's your business, your passion. Your students should feel like they're connecting with you.
Right. Which is why it's so important to understand these AI tools. Don't just assume the AI will handle everything perfectly.
You have to be in control.
Exactly. Now, before we get too focused on the specifics of AI course success,
Okay.
let's zoom out and talk about the bigger picture for a minute. You mentioned earlier that AI has the potential to totally change the e-learning world. Can you say more about that?
Sure. I think one of the coolest things about AI in education is personalization. AI can create a unique learning experience for each individual student.
Wow.
And we're already seeing that in action with platforms that adapt to how you learn, how fast you learn, even your mood.
That's amazing, like having a custom-made education just for you.
Exactly. That's the power of AI, right?
Yeah.
You can make education more accessible and effective for everyone, no matter who they are or what their background is.
That's incredible. And it could revolutionize how we evaluate learning, too.
How so?
Instead of those standard tests, imagine AI systems that track your progress in real time, figure out what you're good at and where you need help, and then give you targeted feedback and support.
Whoa, that would change everything. It's like having a personal AI tutor who knows exactly how you learn best.
Right. A game changer.
It feels like AI could help us move from a one-size-fits-all approach to education to something that's truly student-centered,
I love that.
where learning is tailored to each individual person.
That would be amazing. But it does raise some ethical questions, doesn't it?
It does. We have to be careful with this technology.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, how do we make sure AI is used fairly in education? How do we make sure everyone benefits, not just a select few?
Right. Equity is so important.
And how do we prevent AI from creating even bigger divides between those who have access to technology and those who don't?
Exactly. These are big questions we need to figure out.
There's a lot to think about when it comes to AI in education. It's not just about building shiny new tools, it's about making sure those tools are used ethically and responsibly so that everyone has the opportunity to learn and grow.
Well said. And that brings us back to AI course success. They present a really compelling vision, but in the end, it's up to each entrepreneur to decide how they want to use these tools.
You have to use them in a way that aligns with your values and goals.
Absolutely.
It's about finding that sweet spot where AI enhances your abilities, not overshadows them.
Exactly.
And remembering that the real key to success is building authentic connections with your students. You have to create a learning experience that's valuable and engaging.
Couldn't agree more. Now, before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, don't forget to check out that special deal we've got for you. Head over to the episode description and click the link to AI Course Success. We've got exclusive bonuses waiting for you.
Yes, and while you're there, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate your support.
We'll be back with more on AI-powered course creation after a quick break.
Welcome back. We've been talking all about AI course success. And I gotta say, it's a bit of a mixed bag for me. There's some really interesting stuff, but some of it feels a little overhyped, you know?
Yeah, I get that. It's important to be realistic with any new tech, especially when it promises to solve complicated problems quickly and easily.
For sure.
Building a successful online course takes real work. It takes time and effort, and you really have to understand your audience and what they want.
Absolutely. It's not about just throwing some keywords at an AI and hoping for the best. You still need to bring your own knowledge, your own creativity, and your own passion to the table.
For sure.
But one thing that really stuck with me from this deep dive is how AI can totally change education. We talked about personalized learning, AI tutors, even AI grading tests.
Yeah.
It feels like we're on the edge of a whole new way of learning.
It's a really exciting time to be in education, that's for sure.
It is.
AI has so much potential to make learning better and more accessible for everyone around the world.
Definitely.
But we have to remember that with any powerful technology, there can be downsides.
Yeah, we talked about some of the ethical concerns, like how do we make sure AI is used fairly in education? How do we make sure everyone has equal access to these opportunities?
Right. How do we prevent AI from creating even bigger gaps between the haves and have-nots?
Exactly. Those are big questions we need to address.
Big questions.
It feels like we're at a turning point. We have a real chance to shape the future of education using AI,
We do.
but we have to be responsible. We have to make sure we're using this technology for the right reasons.
Well said. And that brings us back to the entrepreneur who's thinking about using AI Course Success or any other AI tool.
It all comes down to being thoughtful, right?
It does. Approach these technologies with a critical eye. Understand what they can and can't do.
Be realistic.
And most importantly, make sure you're using AI in a way that matches your values and goals.
It's not about letting the AI take over. It's about using it as a tool to achieve your vision.
Exactly. And that's really what I hope people take away from our conversation today.
Yeah.
AI is an incredible tool, but it's just that, a tool. The real magic comes from human creativity and ingenuity. That's where the real innovation happens.
It's about finding that balance between human creativity and AI efficiency.
Exactly.
Well, I think that's a great place to wrap up our deep dive. If you're interested in checking out AI Course Success for yourself, be sure to click the link in the episode description. We've got a special deal for our listeners with some bonus goodies you won't want to miss.
And if you liked what you heard today, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives like this one.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll see you next time.